Hey guys, PA Reloader here. Today in this video, we're going to do something that is not only fun, but it's really cool. Um, Last video I did a little mess kit, things I take hunting with me. What I'm going to show you today, you can make it and it doesn't cost anything. Household tools, and you can throw it in your bug out bag. You can throw it in your hunting kit. It works fantastic. So let's get started, and I'm going to explain to you what we're going to make today. Okay, so we are going to take these two soda cans and we are going to make an alcohol stove that you can use to cook eggs, bacon, burgers, whatever. The amount of fuel, which is we're going to use heat. This is the best fuel. This is gas line antifreeze and water remover for your car, but this is the best fuel. So what I have here are some tools. I got a pair of needle nose pliers. We have a razor blade. We have two different size nails, and I'll explain that. Lighter. This lighter doesn't work. Get rid of that. Hammer, some snips, and a block of wood. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this big nail, and you can see the base of the soda can. We're going to put a hole. This is a roofing nail, so the center hole is going to be bigger. It's going to be bigger. That's what we want right there, right in the center. Then I'm going to take a little finishing nail, and I'm going to make basically what looks like a dice. I'm going to put 4 holes around that large hole. Now, if you have a thumbtack, which I was looking for and I couldn't find one, with a plastic, like a push end on it, that works pretty good because you can just do it by hand. You don't need a hammer. Third hole, and then we got our 4th hole coming up here. Okay, so we got our 5 holes in the bottom of the can. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, on this lip of the can right here, we're going to make 4 holes to start with. So 180 degrees. Then 90 degrees. Now I got the 4 holes there. We're going to do a hole in between each one of those. This will all make sense as it comes together. These little stoves are great. They weigh nothing. They really do. I mean, it weighs less than a soda can empty. And if you're throwing this in a backpack or like a bug out kit, or you're just using it for fun, you only need a little bit of fuel, like maybe 2 ounces is all you need. And if you put an ounce of fuel in this, you'll get about a 15-minute burn. Now, I have 8 holes in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go between those, and I want to make 16. Takes a little time, but it's just be patient. Very easy to use. Most people have all these things around the house. Maybe not a pair of needle nose pliers, but you could probably just take the scissors and I'll show you what we can do with that. Same thing as the needle nose pliers. One more, and then we'll get on to the next step. Okay, so there I have my 16 holes right around the lip. Now we're going to cut the can. So what I like to do is take a razor blade, put it on a block of wood like this, and what we're going to do is we're just going to turn the can and score it. Just score it gently. You're not trying to cut through the can. That's what the scissors are for. All we're trying to do is make a line that we can visually see. So we can cut it with our snips. A couple more here and we should be good. Yep. It's a clear line. Okay. So we're going to take our snips. Get rid of this excess. And then I'm going to follow the line. Just very carefully follow the line. Be very careful because this stuff is like a razor blade and I don't want you to cut yourself. Okay, you can see that. That's perfectly, that's perfectly cut. And that is the top of our stove. We're going to do the same thing with the bottom of the second can. I'm just going to hold it, turn it, score it. These little stoves, I love making them. There's a bunch of videos on it. I've made these before and they work great. They're so simple to use and they're so much fun. They're so much fun to make. I mean, you're virtually making it out of nothing. Okay, there's our line. Okay, we're going to cut now. And we're cutting right on that line. Cuts very easy. I mean, it's like one step up from a piece of paper. This aluminum is super thin. That come out right? Yep. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so we're done with our hammer. We're done with our snips. What we're going to do is now we're going to take the bottom and we're going to take our needle nose pliers about halfway up and we're just going to make a kink. And we're just going to go around and kink it. Kink it. you'll see exactly why we're doing this. Okay, and that's exactly what we want. We want that shape. And what this is going to do, this is going to act, because the top and the bottom are the same diameter. So what this does, it acts like a little accordion, and it's going to slip. It's going to slip right in here, and we're going to push our stove together. Our stove is together. Nice clean edge right here. And that's it, we're done. So now, the next step is I'm going to explain the penny to you. Now, the 5 holes that we made in the top of this, what this penny's going to do, and an interesting fact is you need a penny that's 1992 or older, because the newer ones are made out of like almost 100% zinc. These are copper, like 95% copper, and the zinc has a melting temperature of right around 700 degrees. So this stove gets pretty hot, and what will happen is you don't want your zinc to melt if this stove were to get too hot. So these pennies, the copper is not going to melt. The zinc may. So the penny is going to cover those 5 holes just like that. And what that's going to do is, as this stove is burning, you're not going to be able to see it with your eye, but that penny, as the stove produces pressure, that penny will slightly lift off a little bit, almost like a burp, to relieve the gases that are inside the stove. So let me put a little fuel. Let me put a little fuel in the stove. You don't need much. I mean, you can't even feel the amount of fuel that's in there. And then I want to put a little bit, I want to put just a touch on the outside of this, just to get it to prime. So let me shut this garage door. And we're going to light our stove. Okay, I think I need a little bit more fuel. I'm going to put that penny on. Put a little bit of fuel around the edge. Put a little bit in there. Okay, the stove is lit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut these lights out. The stove's burning, and you'll see that it's going to start to come to life. The stuff that's on the tile, the fuel that's on the tile, is going to burn off. And there it is, your penny can stove. You can make a little grill grate above this, and you can cook on it, like I said. eggs, bacon. You can cook some burgers. I mean, it's putting out, it's hot. It's putting out about 8,000 BTUs of heat. I mean, I can't hold my hand a foot above it because it's so hot. So that is the penny can stove. You can see that all 16 jets are burning, and this will burn for about 15 minutes. So I hope you found this video interesting. Please like and share it. I hope you make a stove yourself. Put it in your backpack, and it weighs nothing. And make sure you got your penny with you, and a little bit of fuel. You can get like a 1 ounce container or a 2 ounce container and just throw this in your bag with the stove. It weighs nothing, but you can see this stove it's putting out some heat. Yeah, it's hot. I can't keep my hand 10 to 12 inches above it. Yep, super hot, but super efficient, super effective. So try it out. I hope you have success, and I think you will. I think you'll have a lot of fun making it, and I think you'll have a lot of fun using it. So thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, and if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out, and it helps me put out more content like this. Now see that alcohol that I put in there? It burned it all out. Because I only put a tiny bit in there, just like a couple drops. So the stove is out now. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I really appreciate it, and take care.